Hello everyone, this is Trix from AR-PRIMO, and today we are going to be discussing the bonus score calculator or the problem 1. So for problem 1 or the bonus score calculator, we'll be asking our user to input a digit between 1 and 9. And in between those numbers, there are going to be multiplied by a certain tenth number to those bonuses or numbers. So right now, for the first problem, it's asking us to create it in a switch statement, and the other one would be nested if else. So today we are going to be discussing the switch statement. So what is a switch statement? So the switch statement, this has the switch and each cases that the problem would be has a like it's like this. So each switch has cases that does something. You can actually put a code on each case depending on what you want it to do, but for now we're going to use the switch statement to utilize a number and create a bonus for them. So let's discuss first the code. So this was just a baud rate. This is just to wait for the serial monitor. And this is just to switch to skip a line. Then design line, I have a separate void loop here, right here, just as a design to make it look pretty. And then this is where the beginning happens. This is where you enter a digit or number between 1 and 9. So this is just to flag or track the input that it has received. Then while the input is received, it will continue on to do the code to the switch statement. So if the input read, after it's read, it will just put the input here so that you can see it can print out what number it was put in. And then it would then say that if the digit that was input is this, it converts it, and then it would start the switch statement. So the one reason why I apply this is so that it can identify what cases or switch the number would be in. So I said that if the number, this is where I call the number, is greater than or equals to 1, and if the number is less than or equal to 9, this is what the switch would be. So I initialize bonus as well so that it can be computed. So for each switch of this number, there are different cases. So for case 1, 2, and 3, or the numbers 1, 2, and 3, the bonus would be multiplied by 10, case 4 to 6, multiplied by 100, and case 7 to 9 is multiplied by 1,000. So why did we not say that these cases are numbers? Is because on the switch we already said that it was the number, and each case represents each of those numbers. So that's why we initialize in the beginning, or that we said that in the beginning that the character that we input we need to be is read to be a number. Here, the number input, which converts it to character to integers. Each break signifies that this bonus is only applied to these cases before them. So next, it's just dashed line, another void loop that I create a function. So just I don't have to print it over and over again. Input, and this just showcases the numbers that I input and what the bonus score is. The next, if any of those numbers weren't called, here's the else. The else would be that there would be an error message that will show up that the input number that I entered wasn't between 1 to 9, and that I need to input a numbers between 1 to 9. And that is all. So for me to showcase to you what would happen, we need to verify all of that. You can see it's done. Then next up, just upload it. As you can see, in the design line on the beginning of the loop, that's it. Oops. And then it just printed the enter a digit between 1 and 9. So let's say I want to input 1. So you see it's times 10. If I input 2 and 3, it will be multiplied by 10 as well. And 4, 5, 6, as you can see, multiplied by 100. And then 7, 8, 9, multiplied by 1,000. So you're probably wondering, what about 0? As we mentioned before, 0 is not something that is used here, and there should be an error message to pop up. So as you can see, error, enter a number between 1 to 9. If I enter 0 again, there's going to be an error, and it will be asking for me to enter a number between 1 to 9 again. If I enter 1, there we go. It has applied it, and now everything is great. So you're probably wondering, what would it look like in a nested if-else statement? Everything else is the same setup, same beginning, same input receive, character input, it translate the characters into integers, but there's instead of a switch statement, instead of it is a nested if-else, else-if statement. So here it's saying that if a number is greater than or equals to 1 and the number is less than or equals to 9, that was the first if statement that we did on the switch statement. As you can see on the other one, wait, where is it? There, here. So as you can see, then I just initialize the bonus so that I can input it. So instead of me going switch case 1, case 2, case 3 each line, it's just that if the number is less than 1 and the number is, greater than or equals to 1 and less than or equals to 3, the bonus is multiplied by 10. And then else if the number is greater or equals to 4 and number is less than or equals to 6, which was the other number that was it will be multiplied by 10. And then if it was a number that is equals or greater than 7 and less than or equals to 9, it will be multiplied by 1,000. You can also use the else statement here since this is the last. I just wanted to showcase this, but I will multiply by 10. You can also do it like this since this would be the last statement. It would still work. Now, this is just the same as the last one, that this is the printed output, what number I inputted, and what the value of the bonus is. Then the else statement of the if the number wasn't between 1 to 9, if it was 0, it would enter an error message. And then the difference now is that the design line said nested if-else statement. So if you want, we can upload this, actually, if you want to, yeah. And then just upload it like normal. And then let's just put this bigger. As you can see, it just converted into the next line. Now, the beginning said switch statement. Now it's a nested if-else statement. This would just do the same thing. 1, 2, and 3 is multiplied by 10. 4, 5, and 6 is multiplied by 100. 7, 8, and 9 is multiplied by 1,000. And if we go and input 0, it will say, no. You cannot input 0. I input 0 again, and it's an error. Now if I input 1, it does work. And if I want to input 9, it still does work. So that's basically it, how and why it works. So thank you guys, and if you want to watch other problems, you can just go to the YouTube account to see the other problem. Thank you.